let's start with the Fair Labor Standards Act, which is a federal law regarding minimum wage. But Annie, what's the federal minimum wage today?
$7.25 per hour, and it has been that since July of 2009.
So,
That's a
do you
long time.
think there's anybody out there not paying the minimum wage in today's environment of hiring?
I would suspect not. In fact, some states have set their, not some, the majority, I should say, of states have set their own minimum wage laws. And when you look at federal and state, you're required to pay the higher one.
Right.
So none of these states are paying $7.25. I don't know anybody that would work for $7.25.
So,
Uh,
so why do I care about this law if it's 725?
Well, it's important to know who would be subject to overtime pay,
Right.
which could be based on time and a half. Generally, overtime pay is considered time and a half. It's for 40 hours of work week. We are well aware that there are lots of people out there working way more than 40 hours a week. In all honesty, the Fair Labor Standard Act, it's been around a while, and it established safety measures to protect the workers. It establishes minimum wage, overtime pay, what kind of record keeping the employer must have, youth employment standards. There's certain ages that you can hire for certain industries. You know, you have to be a certain age, for example, to go work in, mining or meat processing. Like there are some industries that require, you can't hire anybody under 21 or 18, or some are 15 and 16 requirements. And so it gets complicated. And I would say there's probably 5 areas of the FLSA: minimum wage, which we talked about, overtime pay, what hours are considered to be, required to be on the premise or on duty, the record keeping, and then the child labor. So, there are 5 very important focuses here. And I think today we'll probably focus mainly on overtime rules, and then kind of summer hiring college kids or high school kids during the summer, maybe hiring your kids to work in your own business. And then we'll touch on a few other little things.
Yeah, the main point is a lot of people think, well, if I'm paying more than 725, then why do I care about the Fair Labor
Right,
Standards Act? Well, Annie, you just covered a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today. It's much more
right.
than just the minimum wage.